Yes, it's Team Mookata.
Mookata, okay.
And I think everybody knows Mookata is from.
From
Can somebody
Thailand.
tell?
Yes, from
Thailand, yes.
Thailand.
Yeah.
So,
While the other team is planning for the mission, we have gone on the mission trip and we are still there and we are still here too. So it's actually a very exciting experience. Okay, the team of us is led by Yvonne from CRU. And then it happens that three missioner mummies, Judy, myself, Lily, and Jeannie, we all chose this track. And because of the lockdown, right? We want to do mission, but we don't know how to do it. So when we realized that, hey, track 2 has this virtual mission trip, we are just very excited, and then we want to do it. So let me share with you what happened in the last 2 days. How did we go to Thailand while we are here? Okay, can I have next slide, please? Yeah, and mission is really going to where the people are, and during the lockdown, everybody is actually in the virtual space. So we went into that virtual space, into that place to proclaim the good news. But before we can proclaim the good news, we actually have to make friends first, right? Yeah. So can I have the next slide, please? Yeah. So like all mission trip, right? We need to pray because this is not something that we're going to do for fun, or it's actually really we have a mission, and so we prayed as a team. We prayed several times because as we interact with the people in Thailand, okay, we realized that, oh, how to do this, how to do that, and then the team come together through WhatsApp, using another technology. We kind of like, because we cannot be in the same room, so we have to figure out like how to communicate. So we have this group chat, and then we will like discuss the things that we are facing. Okay, but first and foremost is prayer, because we're doing this for Jesus. Yeah. And yeah, so it's a question on everybody's mind, like how to engage on the online space, right? Where to find these people, how to get there. So, especially three mummies, right? We really quite clueless about technology, but we all use WhatsApp, right? And then we do a little bit of like online shopping. So yeah, so thank goodness for this kind of very small end user experience. We could actually do virtual mission these 2 days. So it's very exciting. Yeah, so in this experience, we actually really go and meet people in Thailand, and then we make friends, and then we try to steer our conversation into something that is spiritual. Okay, haven't quite reached there. The furthest I've gone is to really get them into the topic of love. Yeah, because I will explain later. So basically the apps that we use to reach them is this app called Tandem. Tandem is language learning apps where we can indicate the language that we want to learn and go to the mission field. So basically, we have chosen Thailand because this track is offering us an opportunity to Thailand, and we are going to. We were reaching out to the university student like 18 to 23 years old, and because we are all ladies, right? So we also further limit the gender to female, and well, so but then we don't really know so much about what's happening in this people's group that although we are not so familiar. So B, who is a native Thailand from CRU, she actually gave us a session of cross-cultural training, which was conducted over Zoom. Was it Zoom? Yes. I can't remember, but yeah. So actually we had some training, and also Yvonne, our team lead, also taught us a few handles on how to engage on the online space, and what kind of interesting spiritual starter we can have. Yeah, so next slide, please. Okay, this tandem experience is actually quite interesting, because we've never used it before. So part of the mission trip includes getting used to the software, finding out from each other, hey, how to do this, then, how to delete, how to forward and things like that. So I think this is part and parcel of doing a virtual mission trip. So we befriend the Thai university students. I don't know whether they're all university, but most of them are, as we converse, as we have conversation with them. And then these apps also provide us with some background of what they like and what they want to learn. So usually they want to learn English. Sometimes they also say they want to learn Korean and Japanese. And then if they want to learn Korean, right, very much they are into K-drama. So and sometimes they say, oh, I'm interested in travel and cultural topics. So there are many clues to help us kind of like start conversation. So we were taught how to ask good questions and also kind of like engage them so that they want to talk to us, right? Because there are so many people on these apps. Yeah. So but then these apps, some of them they don't use it so much. So we actually also can continue some discussion maybe in line, which is the Thailand WhatsApp. So this we may have to do it for some of the friends that we met. Yeah, but we're not quite there yet. Next slide, please. Yeah, so just to give you a sample of the conversation topic, it's a bit tiny, so you can't really see. But so, some of their usernames are quite cute. Like in Thailand, right? They have nicknames. So, you have name like beer and then, maybe. So you can put any name. So sometimes using the name, we can actually start conversation like, oh, your name is cute. Let's be friends. Then if they respond, we can start conversation. Next slide, please. Because I can't really see the conversation example. But basically, it's quite easy. I'm sure most of us have experienced befriending people on WhatsApp, even if you are new acquaintance. So basically, it's the same idea. Can I have the next few slides? Yeah, so again, okay. Okay, there was one slide that was, okay, yeah, this slide on Jean. I don't know whether you can zoom in, but actually there was one part, it says, she actually shared that I left this place at a very young age after my late dad was murdered. So, oh my goodness, her father was murdered. So, every person behind the screen that we're talking to, right, they actually have their own experience. They're not like a target that we try to, evangelize to. They are a human being with their life, their personality. They're all different. So in terms of approach, we really cannot say standardize. So basically, it was really very fun when we kind of like go on a mission trip like that, where we really just meet up people we never meet before. And also we were a bit worried because we are like so auntie and so old, so how do we actually approach them? So this is a very fun and learning part for us in this mission trip, which is really also sharpening our skill to evangelism or even direct discipleship making. Okay, next slide, please. Oops. Do we have a next slide? Okay, yeah, then so basically this is going to be ongoing. This is going to be an ongoing conversation. There are some follow-up plan. Like for example, we can actually, if they are interested enough, we can gather them together to have a PowerPoint party, or we can actually have weekly and monthly Zoom, with the missionals having different youth that we've reached out to. Then we Zoom together, meet each other, engage each other. Or we can also just continue to befriend them on whatever media, because now we really have established that their friendship. Or if we are aware of virtual evangelistic event, we can also invite them. So yeah, with that I conclude. Please, the next slide, please. Yeah, thank you, and we conclude our presentation. I hope I am making sense.
Yeah, thanks so much, Lily, for your presentation. And that is Team Mookata. So moving on to the Q&A segment. So if you have any questions for Team Mookata, you can head over to Slido, write your question with the code #2021. So a few just popped up. Let me just read off the first question. What challenge did you encounter while trying to communicate with the Thai acquaintance?
What challenge? Okay, because we're very auntie, like, so we do silly things like we download the apps and then we ended up in the paid version and we give our credit card. Then we were a bit worried, and it's the kind of technical little things. But once we establish that connection, and we figure out the basic ways of using the apps, right? It's really very fun to explore the apps. And the main challenge I think is really our sincerity, and because I almost wanted to fake my age, and then can we fake our age? Then after we put another photo so that maybe they'll be more interested to talk to us. But we are representative of Christ. We can't do that. So we decided to show them who we are, and then maybe that would appeal to them too, as a more mature lady adult whom they can talk to. Yeah. And we did have many people who corresponded with us. Yeah, I have 9 friends. The other one have like 8. Because the other thing is that it does take a while for them to get back. So sometimes you send a message, then nobody get back. That's why I ended up having 9 friends. So whoever is online, then I quickly catch them, and then the conversation can develop.
Thanks, Lily. The next question we have is, how are the participants equipped to handle different conversations with tough backgrounds, like, for example, suicide, divorce, relationship tensions, and etc.?
Okay. Actually, we are a team of mummies, we have a lot of life experience behind us. But as let's say you are new, you have to start somewhere, right? So and because of an online platform, you're not talking to them face to face, right? And then with, as I shared, right, sometimes they ask a question, you don't have to immediately reply, so you can quickly go and find some help, and then also somebody can advise you and walk with you with this other person. I think there's a lot of possibilities.
Maybe to add on, I think we work as a team, so we can support each other. So if let's say we do not know how to respond, then we can say, hey, a teammate, I got this issue, this person, I do not know what to say. So I think we can support each other and pray for each other. It's kind of like real time, we just, it's learning on the spot. Yeah. So I think, of course, it's a lot of empathy. Perhaps we have to draw the person and let them share more. Yeah. So it goes to show that the trust is there, because when there's a trust is there, when we speak, they will be willing to listen. But I think we need to listen to them first.
Yeah, actually, can I just add this? Actually, a very fun part to this. If let's say, the team is really in a physical room, we can actually, decorate the room with a Thailand team, so we really feel like we're in Thailand. Then maybe we eat Mookata during lunch, So it is going to be more and more like a real mission trip if we put more thoughts out. But of course, this is the first time we are, running this. And it's just a very enjoyable experience. And yeah.
All right, thanks, Lily and Jody. So we have the last question. Sounds exciting. What's your biggest takeaway from this digital mission trip? Also, would you recommend this to the others or the church in Singapore?
I would recommend every Christian to rise up and be that missional follower of Christ, because we are the one who know Jesus, right? Yeah, and my biggest takeaway is that the world can go into the lockdown, but mission will not be locked down.